My boy. So you already know we gonna have to get into this shit.
List.
That complex shit. Dog.
I do apologize for making you waste an hour, but
I'm like, we gotta
we
talk
had to
about
talk
it. We gotta
about
talk
it.
about it.
So long story short, it was trash. We're just gonna keep it a buck. But well, actually, I had posted on my story. It wasn't trash. It was just disappointing because it's like
Man, come
it
on,
was the
dog.
most unorganized
Keep it real.
I've ever seen something like that done. Now I get it; they were on a time restraint. I'm not gonna hold them for that.
Yeah, but come on, dog.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, do better. Like, come on. Come
All right.
on, you got all that money behind you.
So we got,
yeah.
I got the list right here.
All right.
So we'll start from the end.
Ooh.
Number 10, we had those the Kith Clark Adidas Sambas. I was just kind of like, really?
I'm not surprised.
An Adidas Samba?
I'm not surprised.
Top 10?
I'm not surprised.
I'm like, bro.
Sambas are the waves somehow.
Man, I got a pair of Sambas in that thing over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been wearing Sambas since I was a little kid. So for those of you that don't know, I used to play soccer. All soccer players wore Adidas Sambas. Mm-hmm. That was like the shoe. If you played soccer, you had Adidas Sambas. So that's gone back to like second grade, me wearing Sambas. I never thought they would be on no damn top 10 list. I don't care if it's a collab or not. Then 9, you had the was it the Jarritos Dunks, the SBs. Like, I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad at that one. That was okay.
That's number 9.
Yeah,
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad.
It could be higher.
It could definitely be higher.
I don't mind it being
there. Yeah, I don't mind that
because if you want to get technical, those technically did not like get a full release like they were supposed to.
That was a tough one to get.
Yeah,
for sure. Then 8, you got the J Tips, Saucony Grid Azuras.
Yeah, and they were fighting on those. Like, how are those not on here? Well, I will say I think they deserve to be on there because that's probably one of the most like unique Sauconys I've seen in quite a long time. Now, don't hold me on that because I'm not big on Saucony.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, heck, truth be told, I didn't see my first Saucony until I went to Japan. I never saw them out.
Oh, no. Saucony was the wave, or as we called them on the East Coast back then, Sauconys.
Yeah.
We had them, it was like my 7th grade year, man. Everybody was wearing Sauconys. And I mean, it won't no high-end shit like that. It was like the regular ass, it looked like a New Balance 574 basically, but it was a Saucony. And what was it? The Saucony Jazz. The Saucony Jazz and the Saucony Shadows. That was like what everybody was wearing in 7th grade. So, I mean, that was when I first saw like what, because I didn't know anything about them until then. Then you got number 7, the Zoom Vomero Dornbeckers.
That one, so
those were kind of interesting.
So, well, I'm gonna say this. I wasn't really hating on the Vomero. I was more so just confused. Like, so what is the hype? Because like you just look at the shoe,
it's just like a regular shoe. Yeah.
Let me tell you, as soon as I put a pair on my feet, I understood instantly because that is the most comfortable. And yeah, I'll stand on it. This is the most comfortable Nike shoe I've ever worn.
I ain't never tried them on yet. I'm gonna have to check it out.
But that one definitely deserves to be on there.
Yeah, I would.
It may not be for everybody, but it deserves to be on there.
I thought it was cool looking, but I'm like, it's something that I would wear. I don't know, but it's
honestly, well, other than like, just to kind of get off track a bit. Other than the Dornbecker 4s, like, would you wear any of the other Dornbecker shoes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking. There's a couple I like. But
I had the Dornbecker foams at one time. I do like the Dornbecker 6s. The Dornbecker 7s are cool. The Dornbecker 8s was kind of dope. Like, it's a few Dornbeckers that I would wear. Yeah, there's a few of them. And you got number 6, the Action Bronson New Balance 990 B6s. Those were
those deserve to be on there.
Nah.
I mean, hey, look, regardless how you feel about New Balance.
Nah, I just don't like the shoe.
Well, no, and I was getting to that too. Like, it does deserve to be on. The baklavas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they deserve to be on.
Nah.
It's not for everyone. I will say that.
Number 5, the Tiffany Air Force Ones.
No.
Super underwhelming.
No.
Super underwhelming.
I get it. It's a black Air Force One, but bro, like,
the fact that it cost $400 blew me.
Well, not even just that. I can think of at least 3 to 5 shoes that were better than
that plain ass shit for $400.
Yeah, so I'm like, no. Like, if you would have put it lower on the list, okay, maybe I could get behind.
Maybe number 9 or 10.
Yeah, but
I would take the Yarritos Dunks over those.
Exactly.
Any day of
100%.
the week. Any day of the week.
100%. Next up.
Number 4, Travis Scott Olive.
So, and I do actually have to address this. I was going to address it when we recorded the panel, but I forgot that came out this year. So I actually forgot to put it on the voting bracket.
This guy, but
no, because like, bro, like I was literally scrolling through every shoe, and for some odd reason, those just were not popping up for this year. Or it's like I bypass them and totally forget. But also, it was because it was a women's exclusive, technically.
It was, yeah.
So that's probably why they weren't popping up.
No, to say, I mean, I own a pair.
Yeah.
And I like
them. Oh, yeah, they're solid. I like
it. But...
So I'm actually going to have to ask all the guests, like, do they want to insert it anywhere? Because, yeah, I do apologize for that.
Now, those, like, I thought it was funny how Jim Jones and Yachty was like, oh man, that's like a lady shoe. I be seeing the ladies wear them. It's like, well, it kind of was a women exclusive.
Exactly.
I'm like, and if you wear anything bigger than like, I think a size, like
12 or 13.
I think that's the biggest in women's. They came in was a 13. I don't think or something like that. I think it was a 13.
Yeah, but that's a solid shoe. I like it.
Yeah, I can agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
The number 3, you had the Cortez Air Max 95s. I didn't even know about that at all.
I had seen them. It's just like, I don't really get it more so.
I mean, I like Air Max 95s. So, I mean, they cool.
It's not the model. It's just the fact, though. So, like, what's so special about this colorway? That's what I don't know. And I apologize. Maybe there's more to it. But
I mean, there's like 4 different colors.
Yeah.
But they put the black and pink one on there.
I was just like, okay.
And then number 2, the Jordan 3 Reimagine. I mean, I'm not mad at that one.
I'm not, but it's like I always tell you, we've technically seen that color.
Bruh, it doesn't matter.
It does.
Some shoes, man, it's transcends.
I guess, but
Jordan 3s are one of them.
No, and I don't knock that, but the problem is
any OG colorway.
So let me ask you this: if Concords came out every single year, and that just so happened to be the best shoe out of the year, are we gonna keep placing that as sneaker of the year?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Nah, I'm joking, dog. Chill.
Nah, man.
Like,
you were lightweight serious.
No, I mean it won't be the best every year, but it'll be in the top 10.
But how could you really put it there if you've seen it so many times and like nothing's changing?
Well, this year,
like the Reimagine, I only give a pass for because that's all new material. What?
Come on, dog.
What?
The Gratitude Concords is not like the original either.
And that's why I give it a pass for those two.
Them motherfuckers ain't even on the list at all. So it's like, bro.
Oh, I would have put the gratitude before I put the reimagined threes. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
I was mad as fuck. I'm like, what you mean?
But were you really surprised though? Because think about it, the gratitudes came out so late. This list is probably done. Like,
yeah, this shit has probably been. Yeah,
it's probably been done.
Yeah, I don't think any of these shoes came out like within the last 2 months.
Well, majority, we should say.
Not any of the ones in the top.
True.
It's just like all of these, the Travis Scott Olives, the Tiffany Air Force Ones, they all came out like earlier this year, like in the spring.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all of this stuff. Then, number one, of course, you got the Jordan SB4s, which I'm not mad at because that was my one.
Oh yeah, I don't knock it, honestly.
My 1A, of course, was the Gratitude Concords, and my 1B was the SB4s. So I was like, if it ain't gonna be this, it's gonna be this. So I'm not mad at that one being number one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like I look at that list and I'm like, who made this? Like, I just genuinely want to know. And apparently, he said like Brendan Dunn helped with it, and like Full Size Run guys helped with it. Which, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah, because they don't really. None of them cats on Full Size Run even like fuck with Jordans like that.
Yeah,
that's just like most of them guys are like into runners and stuff, like lifestyle shit, and I'm like, they ain't in no
Jordans. I don't know, man. Like, so let me ask you, regarding just the panel itself, how did you feel about it? Like, anything you liked about it? Anything you think could have been better?
Shit, everything could have been better.
Well, of course, but
I'm like, dude, it was like you said, it was super unorganized, and it's like nobody knew, and it's just like then you got like Clark Kent, like he basically tried to argue like every shoe on the list.
I mean, that's just what he does.
It is just like, bro, like, come on, man.
It's just like, bro, shut up. Like,
it's just like, man, he was like talking about trash. Nigga talking about where the Union Jordan 1s at? I'm like, man, those things were terrible.
I'm like, yeah, that custom that somebody made into a low is way better.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of the Union ones.
Yeah,
I did not like that.
I don't like that footscape. That's the problem. Like, it looks funny.
With that weave thing. Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
But not like my only problem, other than like we both agreed on, it was just super unorganized. Like, bro, like, I don't want to see Clark Kent on there next year. I don't want to see Jim Jones on there ever again. Lil Yachty, like, let him take at least one or two off, bro. Like, I don't mind him because he's probably one of the more legit like sneakerheads for my era on there.
Yeah.
And then old girl, like, it was a shame that she lost her voice like literally the day before, so we didn't really get to hear too much from her. But
right.
I definitely would bring her back just because I want to see like what she has to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would honestly say though, like, bro, you can't have the same guests on there no more than like 3 times in a row, bro.
Was they all on it last year?
Yes.
Same lineup?
I don't think old girl was on there last year. I could be wrong because I don't fully remember.
Because I don't.
But the other 3, yeah, they were all on there last year.
I don't watch none of their shit like that. So I'm like, I wouldn't know. But they
I only do it for the sake of content now.
I just go look up what the list
was. So it's like, bro,
I don't watch it.
It sucks for me because, like, sadly, I have to watch it because I treat it like studying. Like, okay, like, what are they doing that I could maybe implement into, the sneaker of the year panel?
Man, fuck out of here, bro. Complex sneaker of the year panel is some cobbled together, thrown together shit. The only thing about it that's cool is the production.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I look at. That is
other
the
than
only
that,
thing
I'm just kind of like, bruh, like,
because I say this all the time. Like, out of everybody at Complex, Joe Puma was probably the one dude I actually liked. Other than that, everybody else I didn't care less about.
Like that nigga this year.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like honestly though, it was just really disappointing because it's like, bro, you have all that money behind you, even though you are trying to sell the company. You have all that money behind you,
right?
And you put that out. It's disappointing. So, hey, like I said in the last episode, I'm still standing on business. It's look, Sneak This, just the internet as a whole, myself, Complex, and Sneaker Fetish for Sneaker of the Year's panels. Sneaker Fetish has not done his yet, but he's talking about doing one. I am curious to see him put one together. I am curious, and I will definitely watch it. But
it might be a good some good comedy value.
But here's the problem though. When you're getting people for these, and here's where I will say Sneak This, why I will say they do it the best, because it's majority of the time it's the same people, but they've never changed it. They found what worked for them and stuck with it.
Right.
On top of that, they're not relying on star power the same way that I try not to rely on star power. I want to get people that actually know what they're talking about. Like, that are actually in trenches trying to get these shoes.
Right.
Because I can't take you serious if you can literally, like Liliani said, he dropped 16,000 to get both terror squads. It's hard for me to take you serious when it's like, I want that shoe. How much? 35K? Here you go. I can't take you serious at that point. It's like, bro, you can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Complex, do better. Or better yet, watch mine. I'll show you.
Do better.
Watch mine. I'll show you.
Shit.
What else we talking about?
What you thinking about this end of the year UFC card?
So today was actually my first time looking at it in full. I actually like it. Like, it's a lot of key fights. But, so I'll put it to you like this. For us that aren't casuals, it's actually a good card because we actually know everybody that's fighting.
Oh no,
and these are a lot of key matchups.
Oh, for sure.
Let me pull it up.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up too because I'm like totally spacing out on names.
We got Leon Edwards and Kobe Covington for the belt.
God, I hope Kobe gets swept, and I hope he retires right after.
That nigga ain't retiring.
Yeah. There's been some rumors he's considering it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
He ain't getting no fights.
That might be the case, but hey, look, who knows, man? That CTE that Masvidal gave me.
Hey, he brought that on himself.
Oh yeah, man! You can't talk about a dude's family and expect not to get hands put on you, bro. Like,
he got this Alexandre Pantoja.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Brandon Royval is.
So I know. Yeah. I believe he still fights out of Colorado. Yeah, same camp as like Gaethje and them.
Oh, does he?
I believe he does, unless I'm thinking about somebody else. So I could be wrong, but I've watched him fight a few times. I like him.
No,
he nice, but Pantoja beast. So.
Yeah, Pantoja nasty.
Yeah, so that's gonna be an interesting one.
Rachmanov and Stephen Thompson. I mean, I like Stephen
Thompson.
Yeah,
I do too. He's one of my all-time favorite fighters. He's getting up there. Yeah. It should be a fun fight.
Yeah.
I will always say, even if he's losing, he's always going to make it a fun fight.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Then you got Tony Ferguson and Paddy Pimblett. That's the one. This is the make or break for Tony.
If Tony loses
this, especially in spectacular fashion, like, it's a wrap, bro.
But here's the thing,
let it go.
Paddy Pimblett, or Austin's twin, I like to call it.
I don't think Paddy Pimblett is gonna. I think Tony Ferguson. I think he'll win just because, like, Patty Pimblett is, to me, he's really not that good. I'm just like, it's like it's like he's decent, but he's not that good.
Exactly. Like
they're like talking, oh, this guy's a future champion, and it's like, bro, where?
Exactly. Like
it's like
I've heard that millions of times, and it's like
you said, huh?
I don't know, man. It's like if he gets if Patty wins, it's like it's not gonna be like all out dominance. Like
no.
Or if it is that, it's just because like Tony's older, bro.
If he finishes Tony, then I think Tony should retire.
Yeah.
You know,
honestly, I think if Tony loses, he should retire. Period. I'm sorry, bro. Like it might be time, bro.
Then the last one on the main, you got Vicente Luque and Ian Gary. That's gonna be a good one.
The Ian Gary situation is
he's another one that got a lot of hype behind him.
But I hate that everybody's dragging him with this whole situation.
About what?
Him living with his wife and her ex-husband.
Whoa. You said, hold on.
You ever heard about this?
No, her ex-husband lives with them?
Apparently.
Oh, hell
no. Apparently she wrote a book on how to be a wag. No. Yeah, so he just, he going through it right now.
The disrespect? Hell no.
Crazy.
Hell no.
It's crazy out here, buddy. It's crazy.
Whatever, nigga. Life ain't that crazy that I would ever consider doing some shit like that.
Hey, the internet is going after him.
All the way fucked up.
Dropping down to preliminary. Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Who are you taking? Ooh. I know, that's a tough one. I'm like, I partially want to go with Emmett, but
I'm like, Emmett maybe. I mean, Bryce Mitchell though,
he's nice.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell's a beast, but I don't know if Emmett catch him with a clean one, that could be a wrap.
Next up, one of my other favorite fighters, Irene Aldana, Carol Rosa.
I just hope Aldana has recovered, because that ass whooping that she took from
let me say something about this, because
she got her ass beat.
Bro, I was hyping her up so much to some of my homies. Like, here's the funny thing. Like, we were all in the Xbox chat watching that fight together, and they're like, bro, like, what is wrong? Like, is she scared? I'm like, here's the funny thing about it. She's probably the only woman in that division that can really go blow for blow with Amanda.
Stop it.
One of them, at least.
Stop it.
One of them. Because she caught her once, and, like, it actually made Amanda stumble. Like, oh, okay.
She just... her point of attack is just so one-dimensional.
Exactly.
It's like all she really knows how to do is box.
Exactly.
So Amanda's coming at her with kicks.
And the problem is, too, Aldana is one of those fighters, like, I'll take some just to give some. It's like, you can't always do that.
But see, Aldana's stance, because she is predominantly a boxer, she fights, and she's tall, and she fights tall. So it's like that's just the open season for Amanda.
Right.
And she kicked her ass.
I was so disappointed. I'm like, man, bro, I know you can at least go with her.
She got gun shy. She got gun shy for sure.
So I'm definitely hoping she's recovering. Next up, Cody Garbrandt, Brian Kelleher.
Man, I don't think I've seen too much of Brian, but Cody is in a rough spot.
Exactly. This is kind of a make it or break it.
Yeah, because I think if he lose this one, it's gonna be a wrap for him too.
Yeah, because let's be real here. When
if he don't retire, it's like he'll end up getting cut if he loses again.
Because when he tried to drop down to flyweight, I really thought that was gonna be the resurgence.
I didn't.
Really?
No.
Explain.
He was already getting knocked out at 35. He's going to cut more weight. He's just going to get knocked out even easier. And that's exactly what happened. It's just like, dude, like, no. If anything, he probably should have went up. to 45. It's like you went down a weight class. Like, come on, dog. But he said he could make the weight easy. So, I mean, I don't know how taxed he was from the cut, but I mean, he did not look good at that fight.
Well, the problem is, though, he needs to stop trying to get in wars, bro, because it's like...
Well, I mean, he got away from himself.
Yeah.
Because when he beat Dominic Cruz, the way he fought against Dominic Cruz, he never looked like that again.
Exactly.
Like, his movement and how slick he was and able to counterpunch, like he stopped doing that.
I kind of said, like, it almost looked like he kind of took somewhat of Dominic's game and just used it against him.
Well, Dominic, he did, but he used that to get to Dominic.
Exactly.
So basically, once he became champion, he got away from what got him to the dance. And he started just going out there, just trying to knock motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
And it didn't work on TJ, and it didn't work on nobody else either.
It's the typical wrestler curse. As soon as they give somebody the hands or knock somebody out, all of a sudden they think they can bang with anybody.
Nah, Cody came into the UFC banging. Pause. But he came into the UFC with his hands because he was a boxer.
Oh yeah.
Like, he could wrestle, yes, but his primary weapon was his boxing because he was fast and explosive.
I saw, though,
he was knocking everyone out.
When he fought Rob Font, though, like, right, he should have got to the wrestling a lot earlier in that fight.
Yeah.
Because Rob Font, I did not know how crispy Rob Font's hands were.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Rob Font. Rob Font like
nice.
that. He like that.
Moving on, though. Casey O'Neill, Ariane Lipski.
That's my girl right there.
Oh, yeah, I like her.
Yeah, Lipski. Yeah, she's I like her. I say she's good.
Yeah, so I think it's fair to say we both know. Yeah. Let's see here. Early prelims: Alonzo Minifield, Dustin Jacoby. I can't speak on Dustin Jacoby.
I ain't seen none.
Yeah, I have seen Alonzo, so I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, I've seen Alonzo.
Flyweight fight after that. I'm gonna butcher this name. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tagir Olubikov versus Cody Durden.
I don't even know who either one of them is.
Yeah, that's a toss-up. Next up, Andre Feely, Lucas Almeida.
I know Andre. I don't know the other
I've
guy.
seen Almeida once or twice.
I've seen Thomas Almeida, but not him.
Yeah. Let's see here. A heavyweight fight. Martin Boudet, Shamil Gaziev.
Don't know either one of them.
Yep. And then Randy Brown, Muslim Salikov. I mean, Randy Brown, okay.
I know about Randy. Yeah. I don't know the other guy.
The card does stack up.
Do you think so?
I think it does. Just as a fight fan, I think it stacks up. Now,
the end of the year card is always got a bunch of crazy shit on it.
It should have had at least one women's title match.
Who would it have been, though?
I don't really see why they couldn't have done bantamweight since Amanda retired.
Yeah, but who's the number one contenders?
Raquel Pennington, I believe. And because they announced it for later, Raquel Pennington and I forget who else. Or, heck, you could have even done... Could you have done strawweight?
So who is the champ at 115 right now?
It's got to be Wei Lee, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Wei Lee.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, I know she got the belt.
Because she won her last one.
Yeah.
But she fought, and this was in what, August? She fought against, I want to say her first name is Amanda. Her last name is like Lemos something. She's Brazilian.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
She beat her ass.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Total outclass.
That was bad.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, but
I mean, she could have fought again. I mean, she didn't get hurt.
Yeah, but it's all do they have an opponent for her?
Yeah, that I couldn't tell you.
So it's like I kind of get where you're coming from. With does it really stack up?
I mean, you talking about the you had the big joint back in what was it 2011 with Brock and Alistair, and you had these big fights. And I'm just like, man, you had the one card a few years ago. They had like 3 title fights on it, 3 or 4 title fights on the card. I mean, like it was the end of the year card is usually like the biggest one, where they try to get all of the crazy shit on at the end of the year.
Oh no, I mean,
I don't think they have.
I think really though, it's the main event that really makes you sit there like, I really want to watch this. Because truth be told, that main event is like, I think we want Kobe to get slapped.
Honestly, I think a lot of people want him to win. I mean, because you had a lot of people talking like, hey, if Usman wasn't the champ, then Kobe would be the champ.
Yeah, but let's be real here. We know what people want him to win.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You know what I mean.
What, you talking about the white folk?
Yes. Well, the certain type of white folks. Or Trumpers. Because, honestly, my hot take with Kobe Covington is that whole Trump stuff, he really don't care. It's an angle and he's using it. It's a wrestling trick, which he learned when he was in professional wrestling for a quick second.
Oh, I mean, we all know that all of that shit's just an act. I mean, exactly. Everybody knows.
But the funny thing is, though, I'm like, I don't get like how he be like just straight up destroying people in these press conferences. I don't get why nobody do their homework on him, because I could demolish him in like 10 seconds.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, bro, like,
because they ain't coming in there to do all of that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm just like, hey, well, you really want to sell a fight? I'm gonna just tell you about yourself. It's like, bro, you had to go to pro wrestling to learn how to cut a promo before you got cut from the UFC. So what are you gonna tell me?
I mean, all you had to do was watch Chael Sonnen. Exactly. Chael Sonnen he's the originator.
Exactly.
Chael Sonnen talked all the shit.
Hey, look, man, but truth be told though, if Kobe Covington just did not talk as much as he did, I'd actually like the guy because I think he's a good fighter.
Kobe Covington got better.
Oh yeah. But it's like, it's just the fact that you just be yapping and yapping. I'm like, bro, like, I want you to get slept so bad. It is unbelievable.
He yaps because it's entertainment.
Exactly.
Like, people like that shit.
Exactly.
They like the shit talk. Why do you think the Diaz brothers are so famous? Because they talk a lot of shit. But I mean, they back it up, but they talk a lot of shit.
Exactly. They would.
Chael Sonnen was popular.
Yep.
It's just like him being the bad guy was like, people like that shit. And it's like Chael,
and he almost backed it up too.
Chael would tell people to like not make him look nice because he didn't want to be.
Oh yeah,
he wanted to be.
He found a persona and he ran with it.
Because I mean, you saw him like on the Ultimate Fighter. You know, it was like he looked human.
Oh yeah,
and he was just like, he didn't want people to see that side of him because they liked the bad guy role.
Oh yeah, and the crazy part is, I still tell people, if he did not get caught in that triangle, he was gonna beat Silva.
Oh yeah,
like, it was a wrap, bro. Yeah. Like that last ditch effort,
just like the John Jones fight.
Oh yeah,
because John broke his toe. So if he would have lasted that round, he would have been the champ.
Oh yeah,
because John wouldn't have been able to continue fighting with his toe like that.
Oh yeah,
so he would have won. He would have won the title.
Yep.
Like he was right there.
Exactly. But no, I mean, overall, it's like I'm still excited for the card.
Oh, I am too. I want to see, because honestly, I want to see how Leon deals with Kobe's pressure. Because Kobe, he ain't no bitch. I mean, he can take a shot,
Oh yeah, we've seen it.
You know, he got hit by Usman a lot, and he still went the whole 5.
And not even just that, bro. You got dropped by Masvidal and still stayed up.
Yeah,
like
he still went the whole 5.
Oh yeah.
So Leon was tired in the Usman fight. So I'm like, Kobe pressures a lot more than Usman. So can you handle that?
Yeah.
I mean, his wrestling and his grappling has improved over the years, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, probably. Kobe's a different animal.
Yeah, he's a different type of dude with that pressure.
And I mean, realistically, the only reason why, like, I think the fight with Usman and Kobe was so entertaining, both of them, was because the wrestling canceled each other out. So it was all who got the best hands.
Right, they had to strike.
Yep. So
I mean, Kobe's hands have gotten better.
Oh yeah, but hey, I mean, still got pillow hands.
No, he ain't. I mean, he ain't knocking nobody out. But I mean, he takes the Diaz approach. Volume.
Yeah, exactly.
He throws a lot of volume, a lot of punches.
Oh yeah.
They may not be hard enough to knock you out, but they still hit you.
Exactly.
So
he's scoring points.
He's able to kind of create a diversion with that, and then he gets you on your ass, and then that's it.
Oh, 100%.
So I mean, if he's able to do that with Leon, I don't know. Leon might lose.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't see him submitting Kobe.
Oh.
So I mean, if Kobe's able to take him down, I mean,
look, you're probably gonna throw that last ditch head kick again.
The tape is out on that one.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Leon is like long and lanky, and he's got good reach.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's
really
able to.
The one thing that Leon is gonna have to take advantage of is to be the champ. You have to beat the champ. So he has to make sure he does not get knocked out, tapped out, or just pure dominated. Pause.
But yeah, that's true. But I mean, if Kobe can outpoint him
exactly
with the wrestling.
Exactly. So but that goes into the being dominated. Pause. Part.
I guess.
Yeah. So hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that clip real quick. I was just watching. So who you taking? Prime Harden or Prime Lillard?
Damn.
It's a tough one. It actually is a tough one.
That is rough.
Because it's like both do something.
It depends on
what you need. Yeah.
If you need a facilitator, James Harden.
Oh yeah, but
if you need scoring, I mean, they both do that too.
You know what I think kind of settles it? Who's the better all around on both sides of the ball? Technically, it's Lillard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I have to look at it.
Lillard does at least attempt to play defense.
Exactly. But also
Prime James Harden did not play defense.
Exactly.
Like at all.
It's just, I'm gonna go get this 40.
Right. So I'm
and maybe like a few dimes here and there if they're there.
A few? What do you mean a few?
I know that's
he was averaging double digit assists, man.
Harden, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna go get these 10 dimes.
Harden was like I mean, he had quite a few triple doubles.
Exactly.
Dame ain't got triple doubles like
Harden.
Harden.
That is very true.
So I mean,
I apologize, Harden. I'm sorry.
That's tough. I mean, honestly,
it is. But also, this is where I say, like, when you had that discussion with your boys about build your dream team. It's like everybody's gonna look for something different. Like, for example, when I'm building my team, it is heavily, I need you to play both sides of the ball. You don't have to be the greatest at it. I'm going to add people that are very well known for that, but I need everybody to at least try to play both sides of the ball.
If I had a dream team, my dream team, most of my players is retired.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, hey, that don't matter.
I mean, if I had to use today's players, then it'd be a little different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but it's a tough one.
That's tough.
I think I'm going to take Prime Dame.
I would probably side with Dame.
Yeah, and that's not even a knock to Harden. It's just
Prime Harden was good, but
exactly.
Prime Harden is like
didn't play no D.
Right, you didn't know what you were gonna get, especially in the playoffs. Like Dame would show up in the playoffs. Harden, not so much. I mean, there should be no reason that James Harden does not have a championship right now.
Okay, well, we're gonna try to get him one.
I mean, when they blew that was it that 3-1 lead with Houston, or he was in Houston when they blew that 3-1 lead with the Clippers, I think it was.
No, that wasn't us. OKC, when Chris Paul got hurt, that was the one time.
No. They were playing against. What? It was the Clippers.
It had to be OKC.
No, because remember Josh Smith.
Not OKC.
Josh Smith was killing.
Oh,
Josh Smith was killing.
I remember.
I'm pretty sure it was the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
And then who was it? Then the Clippers came back the next year, and then they blew the 3-1 lead to Houston because Josh Smith was on Houston, and then him and Corey Brewer went nuts, and then the Clippers lost.
I would honestly argue
because that was actually before Chris Paul came.
I would honestly argue though the time he had Chris Paul was that was it. Like,
with the Warriors, they should have beat the Warriors.
Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, they would have won.
They should have still won.
Yeah, but like you said, when it's time for him to show up, Harden, sadly.
I mean, look at what he did in Philly.
Oh yeah,
that was some bullshit last year.
Oh yeah,
the games Embiid didn't play, he was like 40. Then Embiid played, he dropped 9 in one game. I'm like, come on, dog. Like, nah, like you can't be doing that. I ain't never seen Dame have a single point game in the playoffs.
You're 100% right though. You can't be having single point games.
Not in the playoffs. Nah, you gotta if you supposed to be a superstar, you gotta show up in the playoffs.
And speaking of superstars, man, you ever think we gonna see Bradley Beal finally play with the Suns?
Bruh, I don't know.
Because somebody tweeted, it's amazing. Kelly Oubre literally got hit by a car and still came back before Bradley Beal. I'm like, yo.
I mean, I don't knock Beal too bad.
Exactly.
Because back injuries are tricky.
Oh, yeah. If you don't rehab correctly, you're back to square one.
It don't, so I'd rather see him do it right and come back the right way. Because I'm like, if he don't and he half-ass it, then he just gonna be out again.
Exactly. I was talking about it with my boss. They're aiming for mid-January. He was saying.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, because I said I can't gauge them until I see him in the lineup.
Yeah,
it's too hard to gauge a team when it's they're not at full strength. Because even like I told you, I was glad we finally beat Denver because they had just gotten Jamal Murray back. And it's okay, we're finally playing them at full strength.
So with Phoenix, it's tough because they don't I don't know, man. They need a real point guard.
Mm-hmm.
This whole Devin Booker running the point shit is come on, dog.
Yeah, because you're taking away a key part of his game.
It's not even that they're taking away a key part of his game. It's he turns the ball over so fucking much. He can playmate, but he's not a playmaker by
he's not a premier playmaker.
But that's not his game.
Yeah.
So you're trying to make him into something that he's not, and then he's out here turning the ball over, and it's come on, man, it's killing him. Mm-hmm. That's what's killing them in a lot of the games is they turn the ball over so much
because it's bro,
they should have. As much as I hate to say it, they probably should have never got rid of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
He may not have given them the production that but I mean, you got Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
You don't need him to do nothing.
That offense you're liking with Chris Paul, Kevin Durant can literally
he can double that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Kevin Durant. I will say, you can tell ever since that Achilles tear, Kevin Durant has somewhat lost a step, but it's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is always going to be Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is not as, I would say he's not quite as explosive as he used to be. But if you look at the game he plays, he still plays his game. His shooting is still sharp. He can still handle the ball. I mean, the only thing you could say that he slowed down just a tad bit. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't think it's because of that. I think it's because of just age. I mean, Kevin Durant's, what, 30, what is he, 34?
Yeah. You can say age as well, but trust me, an Achilles, like, that's gonna make you lose a step.
Well, the reason that it didn't affect him so much is because his Achilles tear was not on his jumping leg.
Okay.
So he doesn't really have, that's why he can, when he gets to the rim, he still can dunk and everything, because his power leg for jumping is not the leg that he tore it on. Now, if you tear it in your jumping leg, you definitely ain't going to, because you look at John Wall. John Wall didn't really look like he had lost too much of a step. He could still run the floor and do his thing, and he still could jump.
How we did him, bro.
I don't know why y'all didn't keep him.
Honestly,
it's not like he played a lot.
I think it was more so like they saw a chance to get Eric Gordon and add more offense, and they took it. But I just don't like we sent him back to Houston. I'm like, bro, like that was kind of dirty. Yeah, but hey, it's business at the end of the day.
Phoenix could have picked him up.
Exactly. Which there was a lot of talk too. Like Bradley Beal was actually trying to get them to pick him up.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
They should have.
Yeah.
He probably would have been a decent backup point for somebody.
Did he officially retire? Or?
I don't think so.
I was about to say, they still can. I mean, the options there.
They should. They need.
Oh, yeah.
They need a point guard. Like a real one.
Because truth be told, bro, like, if I was them, I'd go on ahead and pick up John Wall. That way, you put Booker at the 2. And I mean, you could run Beal at the 3 and then slide Durant to the 4. It would be weird, but you could do it.
Other way around.
Oh, you'd swap Beal
I would put Booker at the 3.
Okay.
I'd have Booker, because Booker's taller, so I would.
That makes more sense.
I would have Booker on the wing.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay.
And then I would put Beal at the 2.
Yeah.
And then KD at the 4.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, KD he been the one-man wrecking crew. Like all season.
Has to be.
That man's
the only thing that's keeping them alive. Like,
I mean, KD still KD.
Yeah. Oh, and I told you, I had a rant to go on. The internet killing PJ Tucker.
Why?
Because I guess his last 9 games, it's either he did not play in 3, or it's been 0 minutes, like no recorded stats. But I'm like, or no recorded stats, and it's like, bro, like, to be fair, that's kind of just PJ Tucker, bro. Like, but here's the thing I say. Let me ask you, what makes you decide if you were going to talk hoops with somebody?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you gauge how much of basketball talk you're going to get into with somebody?
Well, I mean, we'll just start off with basic shit.
And then as it progresses,
I'll start asking more challenging questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how I gauge it is how you talk about certain role players. That's what shows me, do you actually watch or not? So, for example, when people say, oh, all Patrick Beverly be doing is just running around, I'm like, that's already like a red flag. Like, I mean, what he do? But here's the thing, though.
Like, Patrick Beverley is one of those guys where it's like what he does for a team is not something that shows up on a stat sheet.
And that's what I'm getting to.
And PJ Tucker is the same way.
If you're just solely looking for stats,
those guys don't give you stats.
Exactly.
They give you the intangibles.
Exactly.
Especially on the defensive end.
For one, a stat that is not recorded, but honestly should be, how many pressures when somebody's shooting, because it's actually a critical thing.
Yeah.
Like getting your hand in somebody's face when they're trying to take a shot. That's a critical thing.
How many shots do you contest?
Exactly. So I look at it like this. If you're solely just looking for how many points, assists, boards, blocks, steals, etc., etc.,
you gotta watch like most people that really watch basketball. Most the casual fan,
yes,
they watch the ball.
Exactly.
People that actually watch the game,
exactly,
we watch the action.
Exactly.
It's just we just watch the game different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what I say. That's what determines for me, like if I'm gonna really talk hoops with you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro,
like, do you watch the action or the ball?
Exactly.
You just watching people shoot.
I think even when PJ Tucker was on the Point Forward podcast, like he was saying, like a lot of dudes will ask, like, how can I get to the next level like you? And he told them, go watch Game 5 or Game 6, my championship year when I was on the Bucks, and then come back to me. I think he said he did not record a stat for an entire quarter. And he said, now try to keep yourself locked into a game without even touching the ball for an entire quarter. A lot of people couldn't do that. But I know what my job is.
Right. His job is to play pressure defense.
Exactly. And then I go into the comments, people are like, so like what does PJ Tucker like work on in the off season? And you can tell who was a casual and who wasn't, because it's like you got to think he works on spot up shooting, because
that's what he does.
Exactly. He's going to get that occasional pass in the corner and have to jack up a shot at any second.
Right.
Obviously works on his defense, rebounding. Like the dude does work on stuff in the offseason. Like people just be saying like, oh, he get paid all that money just to look fresh and just run around the court. It's like, nah, the nigga actually does stuff on the court.
They usually will put him on like the better players.
Exactly. Like he's typically guarding the team's best player.
When they play against Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
They had him on KD.
Oh yeah. Yep. Or even Houston days, like he was guarding the best player most of the time. So it's like
when they was playing with the Warriors.
Because I'll tell you what, when we got him in the trade for Harden, I was actually excited because I actually like what he does. Now, I still will always stand on this. I don't like we got rid of KJ and Batum. I'm always going to have a disagreement with that. But I'm glad we at least got PJ Tucker as well, like with Harden, because still to this day, I truly don't want Harden. I truly don't. I don't mind having him because when he's on, it's more firepower. But the problem is he hasn't been on like he really should be all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And also, there's not enough ball to go around. Pause.
I mean, one, he's not in shape.
Exactly.
And then two, he's still trying to figure out how to work.
Exactly. Which it's finally coming together.
Right, it's like they're looking a lot better.
Exactly.
Because those first
even that game last night, like I was like, okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, they kind of figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
James is doing a lot more catch and shoot.
Exactly.
What he needs to. So it's like, yeah, figuring it out.
Oh yeah, but
it'll be all right.
I don't know, man. I just get so tired of casual fans like trying to talk hoops, and it's like, well, do you really understand like what's going on? Like because. You saying like a cat is just getting paid just to run around just sounds ignorant, because if that was the case, they definitely would not be in the league. Like, let's just keep it a buck for a second. Or it's like, I told somebody one time, like, you can't sit here and give all this praise to Dennis Rodman and hate on somebody else just because they're not recording stats. Because yes, Dennis Rodman recorded crazy amounts of rebounds.
Right.
But the problem is, though, was he scoring points all the time? No.
He had MJ on his team.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So I told him, so how are you going to hate on somebody else for not recording a stat, but they're still playing very good defense, and all this dude did was really get boards. That's all he really did.
Well, what's your boy Kawhi? Board man gets paid.
Hey, look, man.
He was getting boards. He was the board man.
But let's be real. Crazy fact about Kawhi. Did you know he has more steals than fouls ever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just found that out recently. I'm like, that is crazy, actually.
Kawhi in his prime, like he'd be ripping cats left and right.
When he's on, bro, like he is the silent assassin.
His defense was up there.
Oh yeah, like
because didn't he win Defensive Player of the Year?
I think he's won it twice, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say I think he got it twice.
And a lot of people try to hate it, say like, oh, well, he's got Tim Duncan behind him when he was on the Spurs. I'm like, no, Kawhi like that, bro. Like when he's on, he's on.
Because when Tim Duncan retired, like Kawhi elevated.
Oh yeah.
He was like, okay, now I can actually like show my shit.
Oh yeah.
Because I stand by it. I tell everybody that if he wouldn't have got injured in that Warriors series, like that would have been a tough series for the Warriors. Because Kawhi, they were up, like 20, 30 when it happened. So, I mean, Kawhi was the force. So, imagine if he wouldn't have got hurt. How would that have turned out?
Still mad at Zaza Pachulia.
They would have won the game one at least.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can't shit on him now.
Oh yeah.
And now, look at his Toronto run.
Oh yeah.
A lot of load management. But when he played, he played.
Hey, I mean, he cemented his legacy, though. When it was time to show up, he showed up.
That playoff run, he was on another level.
Oh, yeah. He showed up.
He was on another level in the
That's why I was like, I don't care what anybody says, load management or not. You can't take away how good that dude is because it's like, bro, he showed you when it was time to show you. Oh, most people can't even do it.
In the playoffs, he elevates.
Exactly.
Like, he gets better in the playoffs.
Because it's like, literally, you could tell finals he was gassing out a little bit, but at the same time, like he was determined to end it. Like, he was trying his absolute hardest to end it. So, hey, look. And then also the knock I hate he gets too is like cats are like, oh, he don't want to play. I'm like, bro, like to be fair, last year was just ignorance on the team's part. Like, how are you going to play him 25 minutes the entire time and then just jump straight to 40? That's stupid. So I'm glad
you didn't give him a chance to ramp up.
Exactly. So I'm glad we're not doing that this year, obviously with the rules and all that now that they implemented, which I still kind of don't agree with it.
What do you mean?
Well, basically,
they want them to play.
No, I get it, but they tried to center it on he's the reason, or him and Paul George are.
Oh no,
and it's like, bro,
ain't just them.
Exactly.
It's a lot of people.
I'm like, bro, I told somebody like, if you want to get technical, everybody load manages. It's just they're just open about it.
Well, it ain't that they load manage. Them niggas is always hurt.
Exactly. That's true.
They can't stay healthy.
That's true.
But I mean, I think the load management is probably why.
Oh yeah,
because they don't give their body a chance to acclimate.
Oh yeah, but I mean, he's played so far all 20 games so far.
They both have.
Yeah, so
I mean, I think,
and they're looking good.
Yeah,
too.
I think that they're once they find their stride, I think they'll be all right.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna see.
I mean, this is it.
Oh yeah,
because I mean, this summer everybody a free agent. James a free agent. Paul and Kawhi got a player option, so they can.
And then Westbrook took 1 year.
So yeah, so Westbrook he's Westbrook
1 year.
No,
I swear it was 1 year. Oh, rip.
He got a player option.
Oh yeah, that is right.
Yeah,
I count those.
He got a player option, but he signed a 2-year deal.
I count those as 1 year.
So I mean, he can date. Harden is done. Like he's a free agent.
Oh yeah,
unrestricted.
And I doubt we're gonna bring him back.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it. They might, but if they do, it'll be because they either had a deep run this year, or
one of the other two gone.
Yeah,
which I doubt it, to be honest, because Kawhi literally gave up everything just to be there. So it's like if he leaves, it's literally either the team just decided, nah, like we're done, or chances are he just wanted to go somewhere else. But I doubt it because he wanted to go to LA.
I don't think him or PG are gonna leave.
Yeah, I doubt
I think that because they both want to be there, so I think they will stay. And if they stay, then I think Russ will stay.
Oh yeah.
100%. So Harden is really gonna be the odd man out.
Yeah,
because he's still probably gonna be wanting a max deal, and it ain't gonna be too many people wanting to the max deal.
Yeah, and we definitely ain't giving him one.
No,
we couldn't afford it. Yeah, so afford it. Yeah,
but I don't think Harden is worth a max contract anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, he's not. Yeah,
not with the way he been playing. He ain't worth a max deal. Like you can scrap that.
Yeah. So to wrap this episode up, so this discussion actually came about because me and some homies were talking about. I don't know if you heard of the whole Billie Eilish thing. Not the one that we talked about last time, but she just recently came out as bi and all that. And
we already knew that.
Exactly. Thank you. But thing is, she was like,
she gave that vibe off from the beginning.
Exactly. But she was like, oh, people just need to leave me alone about it. And my first thought was, who cares? Why are people bugging her about it? Because for one, we kind of all knew. Like, right. Let's just be honest here. But on top of that, who cares? But apparently, she lost a whole bunch of followers after coming out. And people were like, oh, you were a role model, da 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 da. And I'm like, people are real soft. I'm like, for one, why are you worshiping a celebrity? Like, I've never understood that, to be honest. But on top of that, what made you think she wanted to be a role model? So, let me ask you this. Obviously, it's no secret. This newer generation is very soft.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the world is just very soft nowadays. Yeah. Like, you can't say anything without offending somebody.
True.
Like, so what do you think is the problem?
Well, why everybody is soft?
Like, where do you think it's starting?
That's tough. Because it's been that way for a long time. I mean, I think really it's the media. You know, everything is wrong. And it's like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Then, I mean, you got to go back to the parents, man. These kids, the way they're being raised, it's like they're being raised.
It definitely starts at home. I will say that.
They don't, kids
nowadays, everybody,
they don't want to go outside.
Well, not in just that, participation
video
trophies.
Games, yeah, the participation trophies. I mean, it's like being good enough
is okay.
Is like the standard.
Yeah.
You know, when I was growing up, it's like they wanted you to be better than that. So, you know, they will push you a little bit more. Now, parents don't really push their kids to do anything. Well, they let them do whatever they want.
We talked about it in way back when episode. You know, growing up as a minority.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you, like, being black in America is almost like you literally strive just trying to be as great as you possibly can, and it almost feels like it's never enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could literally sit here and win a Nobel Peace Prize, and it's still not going to be enough. Like, I'm probably still not going to get recognition.
And that's not just black people. That's just anybody, any minority.
Exactly.
Like it's never. You're always at an uphill battle.
No matter what. But like the whole like being good enough is just the standard now. Like honestly, I don't really get it because, like we always talk about, I'm kind of in the middle of both generations. Even though technically I am a millennial, I'm still in that middle
I mean,
between.
shit, technically I am too, but
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, it's
but
like
you're more so in the millennial
I'm like
era.
more towards the beginning.
Yeah, versus like I'm literally like the last like year for millennials.
I mean, we grew up in that time before the internet.
Yeah,
and we were still
versus
in the internet age,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
we we saw a different approach to things when we were young.
But also too, the problem I see is like, why is everybody so worried about what everybody else is doing or saying? Like, bro, like
I mean, we always had nosy motherfuckers, man, even back then.
that is
But
annoying to me though.
it's just
Like I told
more
you,
so now.
nosiness is one of my pet peeves, bro. Like,
Yeah,
like stop worrying about what everybody else
yeah.
is doing.
It's just like
Focus on
they're
yourself.
like get out their business, man.
Or
Like,
it's like oh my parents did this to me when I was growing up. Da, 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 da. Get over it. I'm sorry, but I get it. It sucked, but get over it. You're an adult now.
I mean, well, I know me growing up, I didn't have the greatest relationship with my dad, especially.
Oh, neither did I. My dad wasn't even in my life most of the time.
Oh yeah, mine was around, but me and especially when I was like a teenager.
Oh yeah,
like me and him.
Oh yeah,
we
talked about. Oh yeah, y'all butted heads.
Yeah, we did not.
But now looking back at it, now you kind of understand. Like,
yeah. I mean, me and my dad have a great relationship now.
Same with me and mine.
I mean, well, it didn't just happen. I mean, ever since I've been, in a grown up.
Oh yeah.
As
you start to kind of understand, like, okay, like I may not agree, but I understand what you were trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had like one big argument when I was probably 22, and we didn't talk to each other for like a month. And then after that, like from then on, like we've had a great relationship. So because I kind of understand a little bit more, like what he was trying to instill in me as a young boy. Well, I guess I'm not gonna sit here and say that I was an angel about it. I mean, I was hard headed.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, I get it honestly, but I mean, he he didn't want me and him to have that same kind of friction that him and his dad had.
Okay.
So, once I was grown, we kind of, switched to a different thing.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's kind of just like.
But I mean, we grew up with tough parents, man. It's just like my parents weren't on that, like, oh, you can just do whatever you want. It's like,
no. And that's the problem with kids nowadays. Like these parents just don't care.
It's like they spoil them. They buy them whatever they ask for. Yeah,
or better yet, they turn their kids into victimizers.
Yes. It's just like my kid can't do no wrong. My parents don't do this to me at home, and teachers are like, I don't care what your parents do.
Or you gonna do my kid can't do no wrong. Like
and then you have people grow up that way.
Yeah.
And even as adults, they still walk around with that I don't do anything wrong attitude. And in the adult world, that shit doesn't
word is
work.
The gospel all the time.
That shit doesn't work.
Yep.
I mean, you can't just be out here.
I had to tell a kid one time at work, like, bro, you ain't ready for this real world. He's like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, for one, you think you're always right. I proved you wrong how many times, and you just sat there and tried to argue with me.
Right.
It's like, bro, like, I'm like, for starters, you can't take care of yourself. Heck, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I got it all together too. But it's like, at least I can admit it.
Right.
Like I'm man enough to admit it. I don't have it all together. You over here acting like you got it all together. Like, oh, you got all the bread in the world. You got all the knowledge in the world. And I'm sitting here talking to you. I realized in like 5 seconds, you didn't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah, parents nowadays try to it's like they kind of shelter their kids in a way.
Yeah.
And then when it's time for them to go out in the
they
adult
don't know
world,
what to
they
do.
have no fucking clue.
Which I'll sit here and say, it just my upbringing, growing up religious and all that. Yeah, there were a lot of things I was sheltered from. It definitely took some learning. Heck, I'm still continuously learning.
Yeah.
How the world really works, sadly, and it's not a great place. It's not. But it's like the first thing I always say is like, you have to be willing to acknowledge I don't know everything. I'm still always going to be learning. Or even a better question for you: when do you become a man?
Shit, I became a man at 18.
Not you. When do you think you become a man? For anybody.
When you leave the nest and take care of yourself, that's when you become a man.
Okay.
It's and I mean you're gonna fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
We all do in the beginning, but you figure it out.
Okay.
So I mean, for me, I was out on my own at 18. And
you realize like, oh, this world cutthroat. Like, I can't be soft out here.
Well, my parents always told me that.
Oh, okay.
Especially my dad. He made sure I knew that it's like, hey, this world ain't no, you walk around here, with your eyes wide open, thinking that everything is sunshines and rainbows. When you get out here in this world, it ain't like that.
Oh yeah.
It's easy now when you hear with me and your mom taking care of you, but when you got to get out here and take care of yourself, it's gonna be different.
Oh yeah.
And I learned that immediately. I'm just like, oh shit. So, because at first I'm thinking, oh man, I'm out on my own, make my own money. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Shit. Then I fucked around and spent my entire check in one weekend and was like, fuck. Like, that was the stupidest shit I've ever done.
Yep.
And it was just kind of like, okay, I got to be a little bit more responsible. Like,
yep.
So I mean, I did stupid shit as a young adult, and I mean,
you're going to.
Yeah, you learn and you move on.
Well, the other thing I hate too is like,
shit. I'm 37 and I still fuck up sometimes. I don't like you said, I don't know everything.
The one thing I hate that is preached, like the internet be trying to preach, or just society as a whole, is that, oh, you're supposed to have it all figured out in your 20s. No, you're not, bro.
Hell no.
Your 20s are for you to figure it out.
Exactly. Your 20s are well, for me, I would say, as I went through your young adult years, because honestly, for me, I look at it as like, once you hit 21, that's when shit changes, because now you really can do anything you want to do.
Exactly. And the consequences are even greater.
Exactly. So once you cross 21, or in your, like, I made a lot of my mistakes early, which I'm grateful for that. Like my 18, 19, 20, that was when I made a lot of the mistakes that I made and learned from them. Even throughout my entire 20s, I still had times where I would fuck up here and there and be like, damn, I didn't do that right. All right, I know next time what I need to do. And shit, in my 30s, man, it's been cruise control for the most part.
So let me ask you this question, because obviously we're 10 years apart.
Right.
So what advice would you give to me if you did not know? Just first initial conversation.
About what?
Just life. Things that you would probably do if you could get 10 years back. At my age right now, 27.
Man, I could go back to 27. Oh man, don't get married.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
No.
I knew it.
I'm just playing. All y'all married folks out there, I'm just playing. Nah, for real. Don't get married until you're ready.
Okay.
Because I got married early, and neither one of us was ready for it, and it just, it was a lot. So make sure you ready for that you got yourself in order, and you're okay with I mean, just basing off talking to you, it's just like you already are you're self-aware. You don't mind taking accountability, and responsibility doesn't seem to scare you. Now, when you get married, there is a level of responsibility and maturity and accountability that has to be taken.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people are not ready for that.
You know, it's crazy enough too. That first initial question about when do you become a man? So far, Shia LaBeouf has actually had the best take. You become a man when you become responsible for others. And that goes into being married and having kids.
Nah. See, I think you become a man when you become responsible for yourself.
That too. I think that's another one too.
Like, because you can't be held responsible for other people if you can't even be responsible for yourself.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
So it's like,
but I think they go hand in hand.
Yeah, but you got to have one before the other.
Oh,
you got to have one before the other.
Facts. But
you can't go into a marriage irresponsible.
Oh yeah, but I will say his take is not a very far out take.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
but definitely,
I do agree. You got to be responsible for yourself.
You got to learn how to be responsible for yourself first.
Yeah. Anything else?
Don't take yourself so serious.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
Because you will never enjoy anything if you're just always like, no. You relax.
Oh yeah, I'm learning.
Enjoy your experiences, man. Don't always look for the flaws and what you can do better. It's just like it's an experience.
Oh yeah.
If you can do it better, then you
definitely. I'm learning that. Like I think I just kind of settled with myself. If I gotta be the bad guy in somebody else's story, I'm okay with it. Because and let me expound on
I know exactly what you mean, because I feel the same way.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, sometimes if you got to do what you think is right, but it may not be the right decision to somebody else, you're gonna be labeled as the bad guy.
Oh yeah,
I've had to accept. If I feel what I'm doing is right, then so be it. I'll be the bad guy. I'm fine with it now.
I mean, I'm always the bad guy, so I mean, it's just kind of part of the game.
Yeah. hey, look, we getting through it together, right? But hey, take us out, man.
Yeah, on that note, appreciate y'all for listening or watching if y'all on YouTube. So next week, what we got?
So it's gonna be up in the air if we do record the pod, because obviously we got to get prepared for Sneaker of the Year.
Yes, right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
so it's funny too. I had some asking, were you gonna be on it? And I told him I'm gonna give him a break.
Oh, who asked?
Linda. It's still up in the air if she's gonna be on it.
Linda. Foot Locker Linda? Oh.
Yeah. And I told her I'm going to give him a break because we've been hosting the last few. Plus also, hey, look, for one, I really appreciate you because you did it when I was still going through a rough time after losing my grandmother. So I really did not want to be on camera. So, hey, I'll always be appreciative of that. But I'm like, I need to get back on this camera.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sit in on it if you, want me to be in.
You won't be there.
So yeah, for sure.
Hey, till then, we out. Take it easy.